the fight itself was awesome. I feel bad for Darren Till. We've had him on the show multiple times, and
fucking awesome.
He's great.
And the thing is, I mean, what is he, 27?
Yeah, young buck.
He's still only 27 years old, you know. Unfortunately, he was kind of his own worst enemy to a certain degree, because obviously, you know, did tremendous things at welterweight, got a title shot, didn't go his way, whatever. Comes up a weight class, to the correct weight class. He's fucking gigantic, even at middleweight. Not the biggest one out there, but he's a big middleweight. And he beat Kelvin Gastelum. The problem, and what I mean by that is he's a victim of his own success, because if you beat Kelvin Gastelum, right, you're in that elite conversation, you know what I mean? And you're only going to get top guys. And now he just fought Robert Whittaker and came up short, and again in a super, super close competitive fight.
Who had the standout performance of the first trip to Fight Island?
Khamzat.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the guy is so dominant, so confident, wants to continue to fight every weekend. I love it. I love guys with that mentality. I love, you know, how talented this guy is. You know, we threw the hottest prospect out of the UK at him, and that kid is a badass, legit, great fighter. And he made it look like he didn't belong there. You look at the punch stat that ESPN put out, you know, in a two fight, what was it, 156-2 or 160-something-2. The kid's legit, he's real, and he knows it, and I love it.
Did you get to interact much with him personally?
192-2.
Yeah, through two fights.
In 2 fights.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you interact with him much personally while you were there?
Yeah. I mean, you know, he said he wanted to fight, and I said, done. I'll make it happen. He wants to fight now again in August, and I'm going to get him what he wants.
Are you? Is he going to get a fight here in August?
Hell yes, I am.
Who? I mean, the guy comes in. He's only had 2 fights in the UFC. Obviously, they've been terrific. How high of a ranking would you like to see him?
That's what we're trying to figure out. We were sitting in here this morning, trying to figure out what we think is next. You know, you ask this kid, he's ready to fight Usman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm kind of ready to see it.
Is he ready for Usman? The way he looks, who knows? Maybe.
What about the little controversy of Herb Dean with the fight that the people are saying he should have stopped it? Did you see it?
I did, of course. Yeah. Honestly,
and Dan Hardy be like, "Stop the fight, dude!" And I was there live in Abu Dhabi, so I know, dude. You could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
So I mean, it has to be an awkward. That was definitely awkward. You know what I mean?
Thought that he didn't look like it. I thought he looked like he was out, and he was kind of. Well, I understood why Hardy said that. I felt that it should have been stopped, and there was the fight earlier that Herb didn't stop as soon. So I was kind of like,
But did you see how he had his hand up when Trinaldi came over to him? And how about this? How about Herb Stump jumps in right there, and then he had his hands up, and then he looks at the ref and goes, "What are you doing? Like, what if he does that?" And then then what happens? Like, you know what I mean? Herb is in a very.
That's true.
If he stops that thing too early, you know what I mean?
Which he's done before.
I mean, which I think every ref's probably done both. Too late, too early. I mean, it happens. It does happen, unfortunately. He's right there. He sees them the closest, no matter how close you are. So, I mean, you don't want a guy beat to death, obviously, but I mean, he was standing right over him. If he would have threw another punch, which he did, I mean, he'll jump right in, you know? He wasn't totally out. He had his arm up. I'd have to watch it again to really see.
You know, it would be pretty hard to redeem himself, I thought, just based on Fabricio and everything he's accomplished in submission wrestling and jiu-jitsu and in the MMA world, off of his fight against Oblique, where he didn't look inspired. He looked like he was in terrible shape. This was not the Fabricio Werdum that we were prepared for. This time around, he really did redeem himself. He looked different physically. He looked different technically, strategically. He went out there like he really wanted to win that fight. Found a way to bring it down to the ground against Alexander Gustafsson, and it was Gustafsson who looked rusty, and not Fabricio Werdum. Werdum was all over him once the fight hit the mat. A beautiful armbar for the finish, again cementing himself as one of the best submission guys to ever compete in the heavyweight division. So awesome way for Fabricio to come back, and he did it against a very tough guy in Alexander Gustafsson.
Well, here's the thing. Calvin Kattar just fought. Yair Rodriguez has a fight coming up. Zombie has a fight coming up. Ortega and Zabit. All of these guys are going to fight in the next couple of months here. So we'll see how that all plays out. It's hard. It's hard to not say we can give Max a rematch for that fight again, do it a third time. And I think a lot of the fans and the media would agree with that. So I don't know for sure. I'm sure Volkanovski doesn't love that idea, you know? He's like, listen, I just beat this guy twice, you know? And if you're Volkanovski, you're like, guess what? The media aren't judges. Dana White's not a judge. None of these people are judges. The people that are assigned to judge the fight said I won twice, you know? So if you're Volkanovski, I get it. And if you're Volkanovski, you probably want to take a look at a different guy, you know? Yeah. I don't know. Then I haven't really talked to Volkanovski about it. Something I definitely need to do. And we'll see how this thing plays out.
To give credit to Rob in the second round, he knee stamped me like I did to Stephen Thompson. They should be illegal now, and it just blew me knee. Like my knee just went under me, crashed.
We're in the hurt business, man. You're in the hurt business, right? You're in there to hurt and finish your opponent. So, you know, you hurt him. You hurt him. You know, and
you don't think they're dirty?
It's a legal strike. And honestly, it's you can defend them. It's not the hardest thing to defend, right? I knew that Jones would do that to my knee, right? I knew that he would kick that side front kick. So I just would lift my leg up. It's almost like checking a kick. If you just lift your foot up off the ground to where all your weight isn't on your front foot, it doesn't get hyperextended. So you just lift your foot and it kicks your knee and your knee kind of just bends back. It's like almost like checking a kick. So you got to prepare yourself for that. The issue is I was fighting a guy that everyone knew that was in his arsenal. We haven't seen Robert Whittaker do it a bunch of times, so Darren Till probably didn't prepare himself for that attack. But we're in the hurt business, man, and you know, it's a kick. It's legal. You know, it's legal, and it is what it is. I don't think it should be. I remember Rampage went off on that a while back, saying it should be illegal, but I don't think it should be.
Khabib versus Gaethje, October 24th.
How has he handled what has happened in his personal life over the last few months?
It's been very rough on him. You know, everybody is, you know, close to their parents and everything. But this guy, his father, he was a hero to him. He loved his father. They had a very, very close relationship. And it was very hard on him. That fight's going to happen. Khabib versus Gaethje, October 24th.
Oh my God, I'm fucking crying right now. Ah, believe in your fucking self. Oh my God. Yeah.